So hello everyone. Um, I would like to welcome you to today's webinar. My name is Stefan Bauer. I'm product manager at CXperts, and today I will give you an overview about great features in UPV that make a difference for the next 30 minutes. So please feel free to answer your questions via the chat window, and I will try to answer them at the end of my presentation, or at least within the next days with an email. So if you take a look at the agenda, you see topics you probably already have heard about. However, we very often see that many features are not directly in the focus of the users in their daily work. And so therefore, this webinar is designed to give you a short and comprehensive overview of the features that can help in many specific situations in your daily work. These are all functions that are not available in that way in any other viewer. Therefore, we see UPV more as a data integration platform rather than a pure viewing software. Coming to the first point, integration of documents and links. So one of the great advantages of UPV is certainly the simple and powerful way in which this application can communicate and connect with other data sources. UPV can integrate drawings, documents, files, applications directly, but it also can be connected to other applications like a document management system, GIS, geographic information system, 4D planning, data warehouse systems, maintenance system, etc. Some industry-proven integrations we have done in the past are Oracle connection to Oracle Primavera, Oracle Unifier, SAP in any extent, Cyberhawk, R2S, etc. So if you have the need to connect to your in-house system, so you can contact us and we can help you here. As a very useful extension of this data integration is the double-sided, is the functionality of double-sided ISO. So as you know, so UPV can integrate isometric drawings from Smart 3D, from E3D in an intelligent way with a point-to-point, 2D to 3D connection. And this can be extended by double-sided ISOs. So additionally to the isometric from the authoring system, what is here represented by the cover page, also additional view with the pipeline on it can be automatically added into a PDF file. So, and this offers really a helpful information for the construction on site. The drawing generation works for single sheets, but also fully automated in a batch mode for multiple sheets. Another unique possibility to enrich or link 3D model data with further information is the overlay of photos or drawings. So photos from cellular phone or a 360-degree camera can be easily integrated here. And with a very simple mapping mechanism, the model can be overlaid with a photo so that you directly can see the difference between reality and the model. And this can help a lot. So for example, so just by a phone or a picture from a phone, you can send it back to the office. You can integrate this photo and see what is the difference between reality and the model. And also the drawing overlay uses the same technique. So PDF drawings can be used behind the model, and they can be dynamically moved so that the 2D and 3D information comes together. So the integration of laser scans, you already have seen this and heard about this. Definitely a lot in the past. So this integration of laser scan, drone, and mesh data is general. It's a very unique strength of the UPV solution. Here we can extremely handle extremely large raw data of the laser scans, and with laser scan adapter, so this is reduced through intelligent algorithms to a highly performant meshes or highly performant mesh. And so this gives you the possibility to use complete laser scans in your UPV solution, and this can save you a lot of time and money, because it's no longer necessary to create CAD models out of laser scans. So it's enough more or less to link documents or any other information sources to the mesh model, because the mesh model anyway contains all the visual information. So recently there have been some webinars where the workflows, how you can handle this effectively in your environment, are described in detail. Coming to 3D sketching, so 3D sketching alone would fill at least a whole webinar. So I would like just to mention here some few useful features that can help you in your daily work. So, for example, it is possible to convert objects to sketches, or to convert parts of your CAD model into a sketch. So these sketches, after the conversions, can be moved, can be modified, and this works for equipment, for steel work, for any kind of model data from your CAD system, and also for pipelines in a special way. And after that, once when you have done your modifications in your model, moved your equipment to the right place, for example, then you can export this back simply as a DGN file and reference it to your authoring system, in this case, or import into your authoring system. So let's stay with the export of data a little bit, and we take a quick look at the export module. So this export module exists since a while, but we have expanded this in the meantime. So in addition to OBJ export, which is in the software since beginning of the export module, now we can also export to FBX, and to FBX also with textures. So this really enables the possibility to export parts of your high optimized mesh in maybe other packages if you want that. Furthermore, you see it is possible to export to DGN, including the attributes, and this is realized via DRI files. So DRI is the old PDS format that can be read by Smart Review or Navisworks. And as you can see in the picture on the right bottom corner, it's also possible to export parts of your mesh to a DGN, and this also can be imported to your authoring system. And it's not necessary to remodel everything out of a laser scan, for example. Coming to the last two topics, which are more related to attributes, report generation. So UPV also contains or has an integrated reporting engine. So here the user can easily create reports either as so-called ad hoc reports, where the single attributes are assembled every time in a new way, or you can use predefined reports, as you can see from the picture below, from the picture here, that you can predefine your reports, and you just use this from a list and run on your selected models from the object. So the standard reports or these reports definition are parts of the standard delivery and can be easily integrated in your project. Last but not least, custom attributes. So this is a very flexible and very powerful feature. So with just the Excel file, more or less, you can enrich your existing model data with additional attributes or custom attributes. And these additional attributes either can be a free text, a calculation value like the volumes of your bounding boxes of your objects or the top of steel, or they can also come from a code list. And the values from a code list can be connected directly with the color, and so you can really easy use this for visualization of different states of the element, for example, for work packages or construction states, or yeah, like you want. So also the change of the values. So when you do changes of these values in a code list or in a text box, so these changes can be exported with the timestamp and user credentials, and so in that way you can track the changes or can use such lists to predefine your colors of the status of elements in your model. So here, now I would like to give you a little bit of a live demonstration here in the Universal Plant Viewer. And for the first point, I would like to show you something about the integration of document and links. So this is definitely something you already have seen before. And we summarize a little bit what is possible in here. So when I click on an object, so this object is linked to different type of documents, applications, and what else. Everything what you see here in blue, in green, or in pink, for example. So first of all, let's start what you can do. You can integrate PDF files, really integrate, for example, equipment documentation in here. So not a big deal. So it's a PDF file that is integrated into into UPV, and you click on that and it opens up. Okay. So the same, for example, are the IntelliPits. So it's really intelligent PNID that is can be used here. And so when I click on this object here in my PNID, you see I get a link back to the 3D model, and I'm back in my 3D model. So this IntelliPit is a topic of itself. So it's a completely intelligent application inside of UPV. Coming to some other connections here, for example, just as an example to see how this is working. So I have connected this here to, in this case, to my email system, and just to show you here, so it opens up my email system and types in some a question, predefined question, and you can send the UID along, and you see this is working in that way. So that means you can send information from the model to an outside application. So this can be an email, but it also can be any other application, document management system, or something else. Okay, so this also works for Skype, for example, in here, or for search functionalities. So when I open my Bing, so you see I have activated my D240, and this attribute value is sent to my Bing, and it lists me everything what can be found in the internet about D240. Okay, so just as a showcase that yeah, components or values from here can be used. Okay, this also works with Excel list, for example. So you see here, this is an equipment list again. It's a connection from the UPV model to an outside application. Okay, and this also goes the other way around. So you see when I click here on a link behind this field, there is a hyperlink, and this hyperlink points into a model. If the model is not open, it would open the model. And if I press yes, go back to my model, then it's the B603. And here, okay, I can use this for my yeah, colorization or the work I want to do with this. So it comes from an outside application. In my case, it was Excel, but it could be any other application. Okay. So what else can I integrate here? So you see here, for example, layout plans. So this is a layout plan. In this case, it comes from Smart 3D. And you see when I hover over these elements, so they are hotspotted. And hotspotted means it's a connection between 2D and 3D. I click on it, and in the same way as you have seen from the IntelliPit, okay, it goes back to my 3D model, and then I'm back in my 3D model. Intelligent connection. In the same way, when I click on a pipeline, it works also for pipelines. So I click on a isometric drawing. So this is integrated here. Again, I can hover over these elements. I click on that, and so this element is connected, or yeah, is connected between 3D and 2D. Okay, going back to this isometric drawing. What I can show you here is the double-sided ISO functionality. So first of all, we can check, okay, what is the pipeline here in my 3D model? This is my pipeline. And if I want to have a PDF out of that with this view, I generate this, and then I have my isometric drawing from the system, and as a second view on the back page, the view of the pipeline in the model. Quite helpful for construction on site. Okay, this also can be executed in an automatic way. So for this, this is my list of pipelines. For pipelines I want to generate these double-sided ISOs for. So all what I have to do to load this list, this is my list, my Excel list, and I define ISO file, output file, and now my PDF file is generated with 10 pages. So first page, second page, first page, second page. And if you have multi-sheet ISOs, this is also recognized. For example, this P15 1015 exists of 2 pages. So this is page number 1 or this is page number 1 and page number 2. And this is recognized, or the system double-sided ISO functionally goes through the different pages of an isometric sheet and prints the model on the back page. Okay, so this is double-sided ISO functionality. What I would show you now a little bit is the drawing overlay. The drawing overlay, this is something we have seen, or you see, so this is just a drawing, okay? A drawing in the model. Let me maybe reduce this a little bit. And you see, I can move this drawing in the model. And with that, I can use, for example, a layout plan quite easily here and yeah, see if this has the same location in here. And how does this PDF file, in this case, come to the model? You see, I have here a PDF file. In here in the system, it comes from the drawings. And all what I have to do, I have to find equal points in the 3D model and on the 2D drawing. I want to have it oriented in an orthogonal way. And when I have found these points, I just confirm this, and then it is added to the model. Okay, so that's the way how the drawing overlay is working. Pretty much the same it is for the photo overlay. So in this case, I go to a specific situation where I have overlaid the system with a picture. So this is a picture from a mobile phone. Okay, so as long we are bound into the view of the picture, we just turn through the camera view of the picture. So okay, so the camera position is saved in the picture, and this is used. And here we can see, okay, so this is my model and this is my picture, and we can detect quite easily any differences. So for example, if you look at this pipeline and I switch on my overlay, you see there is a valve, there is a strainer or other instrument, and this is not in the model, but is in the picture. Okay, so this is very useful when you are on site and you want to check if everything is at the correct place. Okay, here it's the same mechanism again. You have to identify similar points here and in the model and on this on the 3D on the photo and in the 3D model, and here this is a plain picture from a mobile phone, but it also works with a 300-degree true view, for example. Okay, so this is the photo overlay. Coming a little bit to sketch, 3D sketching. For that, I add a new sketch, and I select, in this case, equipment, or it could be any other objects, okay? And by using this functionality, I convert the 3D object to a sketch item. This cat object is converted to a sketch item. And my original element is switched off. But when I change into my 3D tab, in here you see the original model stays. There is no change in the original model, but in my sketch, I have now, a copied element in here. Okay, so this works in the same way for a pipeline, for example. I can use the other functionality, convert 3 objects to piping, and now it's converted to piping. I move my pipe in my new situation. I add something, and okay, I can do here with my piping functionality what I have to do. And just to finalize this, so it works also when you have these insert components or these components. When I click on that, automatically this pipe run in this case is converted to a piping objects by inserting one of these objects here. Okay, what do I do after that? With my new situation, I can easily save this out as a DGN file. I save this, and okay, so it's a DGN file in here, and that's my situation. Okay, and I can import that back to any other system and update my model from somewhere else if you want. Okay, so this is 3D sketching with the focus on converting elements. The next topic I would like to show you is the report generation. To create a report, so this can be activated, as I said in my PowerPoint. This is this list can be pre-configured, and for example, if I'm using this report, you see when I customize this, I have different possibilities to use the complete model all or only selected elements, visible elements, or enabled elements from the tree view. And these are my pre-configured attributes. I want to report on name, nozzle name, size, and the center, which is calculated by UPV. I press OK. And this gives me in a very short time the report. And the report, for example, when I shrinks this to just to one element, to W802, and want to fuse this in the model, you see, okay, so my report is connected with my 3D model still. And I can switch off my filter and use some other functionalities, but finally you probably want to save that out into Excel, and this is your Excel report, the content of your report from UPV. Okay. As my last point, because we are almost at the end of our 30 minutes, I would like to show you something about data export. And here just uses a view of a part of laser scan. Okay. And when I activate my export module, I have different options. Okay, OBJ, and include textures for the FBX. I can include my textures, model offset, so means the real coordinates from the model, links and attributes. And when I save this, this is directly saved out, everything what is visible in here. And I do not really use this functionally because it takes some minutes to save this out. And then you have a FBX file, what you can load in another software, for example. The same for DGN. So it's a DGN file, including the attributes. A DI file is created, and then you have things here. It's maybe not the best to do it here with a laser scan, but with parts of your model, of your CAD model, it's definitely working that you can export the content into a DGN file with attributes.